Hi, welcome to TNT. It's a Friday afternoon. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, we're doing our live program between 9 and 10 a.m. I've called the program Ask Tim Anything. It's really just to get together. If you want to come online, there's a community of usually some 400 or 500 people, and they ask questions, I respond. There's sometimes a bit of an argument, and that's all good. So if you'd like to join in, that's a live program, 9 a.m. Thai time if you'd like to join in. Look forward to seeing you there. Oh, by the way, it's free. Now, we're going to be talking about the Thai-Cambodian border today. There have been recent scuffles, almost daily scuffles in one area or another. Nothing that I've felt is specifically newsworthy, but together I think it's worth trying to give you an update. Now, as far as getting across the Thai-Cambodian border from one side or the other across the land borders, I would suggest that they're probably going to remain shut in the short to medium term. One of these stories addresses that. So let's go to some of these stories. Anderson signals to Cambodia, Thailand ready to close border indefinitely. This being reported by nationthailand.com. And the Thai Prime Minister Anitin Charnvirakul revealed the outcomes of the National Security Council meeting yesterday, and there were three main issues considered. The framework for constructing the Thai-Cambodian border fence was approved. The next trick will be getting the Cambodians to pay for it. And the details of the project will be managed by the Royal Thai Army. And then when the Prime Minister was asked about the policy regarding the expulsion of Cambodian nationals encroaching on Thailand's sovereignty in the Khao Sung district in Sakao province, where the deadline set by the local governor for their relocation is October the 10th, the PM stated that proper legal procedures must be followed and humanitarian principles must be considered. He went on to say that they may include the use of martial law, the Forest Act and the Immigration Act. And the Prime Minister said that these people are civilians, not soldiers. We must consider their way of life as they are already suffering, including women, children and the elderly. And when asked about the measures or strategies to pressure Cambodia into complying with agreements, such as withdrawing heavy weapons and military forces from the area, Anitin stated that the framework for this would be discussed within the GBC Thailand-Cambodia meetings. And then regarding the statement made by the Thai Foreign Minister at the UN General Assembly meeting on the what he describes as distorted facts, he believes that this issue will lead to further negotiations. Now, if you haven't seen that speech, if you are interested in Thai-Cambodian politics, again, I'll put a link in the description of this video. It's only a short speech, but I think it'll give you a good idea about the quality of the Thai Foreign Minister. And the Prime Minister noted that the government supported the military, as evidenced by the Cabinet's approval of more than 800 million baht in funding to enhance the military's readiness to protect the kingdom. And when asked about Cambodia's lack of response on several issues, Anitin replied that Thailand's not taken any action in response. Therefore, if Cambodia asks Thailand to do things, such as opening borders or providing assistance in certain areas, Thailand will not comply. Well, here we are some 3 months down the track, and it's quite clear that there's still no dialogue between the Thai and Cambodian leadership. Now, most of the discussions are probably held over the fence between the leadership or soldiers of Thailand and Cambodia, and mostly to just diffuse local scuffles that have been happening from time to time. But this is not going to be resolved until really the Thai and Cambodian leaders do sit down in some sort of open, transparent discussions. In the meantime, these scuffles will just continue. And down the bottom there, the Thai Prime Minister quoted, "We're ready to maintain this situation, but if Cambodia wants the lives of its citizens under its responsibility to improve, they must accept our proposals." To a different perspective, this was posted yesterday, China denies supplying arms for Thai-Cambodia border clashes. Story originally posted in the New York Times. And the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Thailand has publicly denied reports that it supplied military equipment to Cambodia for its use in the recent border clash with Thailand. And responding to reports, including one by the New York Times, that suggested Chinese-made rockets were used by Phnom Penh just weeks before the July conflict, implying China had indirectly influenced the state of the conflict. And quoting the embassy, China has not provided any military equipment to Cambodia for use in the Thai-Cambodian border clashes. They clarified that any Chinese military equipment currently held by Cambodia originated entirely from pre-existing Sino-Cambodian cooperation projects. And the Chinese mission emphasised that Beijing maintains a neutral stance, stating it has no self-interest in the border dispute and fully supports ASEAN in finding a political solution through the ASEAN way. And quoting the embassy, we call on relevant individuals to consider the peace and stability of the region instead of maliciously spreading false news and inciting turmoil. And there has been plenty of fake news, although that too has subsided in recent months. Truly, this has been as much a cyber war as it has been military. And some good news out of the US, this reported by Associated Press, US renews funding for demining in Cambodia despite foreign aid cuts. And the United States will grant $675,000 for crucial demining programs in Cambodia. And it notes that this is despite a freeze on foreign assistance, raising doubts about the future support for mine clearance in the Southeast Asian nation. An estimated 4 to 6 million landmines and other unexploded munitions littered Cambodia's countryside during decades of conflict that began in 1970 up to 1998. And since the end of the fighting, nearly 20,000 people have been killed and about 45,000 injured by leftover war explosives, even though Cambodia has a worldwide reputation for an effective demining program. Washington's contributed over $220 million since 1993 for demining operations. And the Director General of the Cambodian Mine Action Centre said that new funding was for mine clearing operations from November through to April next year. He expressed hope that a recent congressional visit and the signing of funding agreements demonstrated Washington's commitment to continued assistance for demining. And the story notes that neighbouring Thailand has accused Cambodia of planting new anti-personnel mines along their border as part of a territorial dispute that led to 5 days of armed clashes in late July. Cambodia has denied the allegations. And then harking back to the last story, Cambodia's ally China, which has been vying for influence in Southeast Asia, also has touted its own contributions to demining programs in Cambodia. And of course that funding from the United States and China is very welcome. We hope it continues. For its part, Cambodia is now exporting its considerable expertise in demining and offering its expertise around the world to other areas where demining is a problem. And then the bottom line of all this reported in BangkokPost.com, Cambodian border trade falls by 99.9%. And border trade with Cambodia plummeted by 99.9% year on year to just 10 million baht in August. But the department expects total border trade, that's Thailand with its neighbours, for the year to reach between 1.81 to 1.85 trillion baht, and that would be a 1 to 2% growth, driven by transit trade to China, Singapore and Vietnam. And to support exporters to Cambodia, the department's implemented several relief measures. An initial survey identified about 100 affected businesses in sectors such as food and beverages, consumer products and auto parts. So for the hundreds of thousands of people that live on either side of the Thai-Cambodian border, their businesses and their lives have been profoundly affected and will continue to be affected in the short to medium term, maybe even the long term. There just seems to be no discussions between the Thai and Cambodian leadership about the central issue. They need to get a map out. They need to take a big, deep breath and start to work out precisely where the dotted line is. Now, it's going to involve third parties. It's going to involve negotiation and arbitration. But those discussions need to happen in concert with trying just to keep the situation on the border nice and quiet. You can be assured that areas that are less patrolled than others, not the official crossings, there's still some minor trade between villages just walking across these imaginary dotted lines and back and forth. But until the big issue, the central issue, the elephant in the room is addressed, these scuffles will continue. Now, I'll do my best to keep you up to date with any big stories along the Thai-Cambodian border. The good news is that generally it's become much, much more peaceful than it was, and it's, well, sort of under control. So please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for our live show. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.